What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we're going to be looking at day one of the December Spring Championship Qualifier. I was able to do really well in day one of this event. I placed 7th out of over 800 competitors, so I wanted to share that experience with you guys and showcase some of those games. We're going to look at every game, actually, over the course of this week. I'm going to upload some videos, and they're all going to feature live commentary like this one. And then I'll come back at the end of the video to talk about the game a little bit and also tell you guys how you can win a 700 gem bundle. Because of my performance in this tournament, I won 700 gems, and I figured what better way to use them than to give them away to a subscriber. So I will be giving more information about that at the end of the video for how to enter into that drawing. Stay tuned and enjoy the game. All right, round 4. This round got restarted twice, both of which I had Pied Piper as an option. And this time I'm looking at a load of crap. We'll take Horde Dragon. I've done some powerful things with Horde Dragon before in the tournament lobbies. Sounds like a few others are complaining about their new hero choices, though, so hopefully we can still make something sweet happen. And there is a Wonder Waddle, there is a Pied Piper, there's no pants, but either way, we're taking an animal here, so I think it's fine to take a blind mouse. Next turn we'll roll and then potentially buy a blind mouse. And Spike a Lobby. I don't want to get too concerned with the big things. Basically, if I win any of the next 3 games, if I get a first place in any of the next 3 games, I'm locked for day 2, which is awesome. And that is certainly a route that we could take. I do like questing units on Horde Dragon. Considering we can't cast the Shrink spell, though, I mean, it would be nice we'd get additional pickups next turn. So it's either that or just roll for Blind Mouse. I don't hate that. To go Shrink spell plus Cindy and then lock. Do we want to be locking when we're rolling for Blind Mouse? Not really. Not really. We want to be gaming. So next turn, we will consider going roll, Blind Mouse. That can be really strong. We do need to take out Valnar's Blind Mouse. Give me the Blind Mouse, please. Give me the Blind Mice. Okay. So we're going to lose to Jax regardless. Highly considering roll blind. Let's do it. Okay, we didn't get there. We only sacrificed 1. We know we're going to lose this combat anyways. What if we just roll 2 more times? I think that's worth it. It's a crazy play, but I think that that's good enough on Horde Dragon specifically. There are multiple tier 5 treasures that can just win the game on Horde Dragon. We take the damage, we take 6 down to 35. That's why you get that extra 5 health buffer. Let's do it. We want the paw. Sword of Fire and Ice, also not terrible. It allows us to slay with Polywoggle. Yeah. That's fine. That's a start. Do we go for Eeny Meeny and then sell it to purchase the Polywoggle? I think so. This is going to allow Polywoggle to slay because this will take up the first attacks. Let's go for Eeny Meeny. We hit the Poly and then let's roll. Plus 5 health on this is interesting. Plus attack on this is interesting. Plus attack on this is a real unit. Plus we can cast Candy Rain. I think this is good enough for turn 2. We grab 2 units and a Candy Rain. We have to decide what those 2 units are, if they're Darkwood Creeper Sleeping Princess. Darkwood Creeper plus Fire and Ice might just be good enough. Yeah, this is gonna soak up some games here. We get to trade with this now. Nice. And now we only take 4. And we're at 31 with a Sword of Fire and Ice and a Slade Polywoggle, giving us a Sheep in Wolf's Clothing with +5 attack. Love all of this. Question is, how do we get stronger from here? It is either +5 health on a Darkwood Creeper does just seem good. But I think I'd almost rather... I mean, the Vampire will scale. I feel like in either scenario I'm taking the Sleeping Princess. I guess I could take Darkwood Creeper and backline Darkwood Creeper, frontline Vampire. It just feels like the Darkwood Creeper is going to be fun with having this extra 6 health. So let's do that. We've got a 5-11, a 4-10, a 7-4. This is going to respawn another unit. So, like, I don't know. I think we're doing it. Sword of Fire and Ice, obviously not the most powerful treasure to hit off the bat, but still giving us a really strong board right now. That's not going to give us the most power, but yeah, that'll give us another, and then if that hits the happy little tree, that's really good. Okay, nice. And now the Creeper even gets an additional stat, too. Once the Creeper has some attack, we can frontline it. Donkey frontline is really good with the... with the sword, as is just a ranged unit in the back line. Have to consider if we want to go for another Blind Mouse. I mean, we're certainly doing this, and I feel like we're putting Shadow Assassin right here, and then probably putting a potion just to make sure this slays and we continue to get some stats. We're playing a unit down, but with a 12 health Donkey, so we're not really playing a unit down. I think this can beat Wonder Waddle at this stage in the game. Sometimes you gotta be willing to make the big plays to play safely. I honestly, like, to the point where I feel like Blind Mice, Horde Dragon, like, rolling on turn 2, there's not that many tier 2 units. I think you can actually get away with a lot just by rolling on 2 and making those triples if you have something that works really well with your hero. Alright, Mad Mim, not going to do too much. A huge black cat there with a sting from my opponent. And my opponent has an extremely large donkey. So that's going to be a little bit annoying, but if we can snipe it, we can. And then Bad Wolf can potentially take out some stuff here too. Yeah, we win this. Wow. Okay, nice. We blow up 2 of my opponent's treasures, which is hilarious. Have to watch those animations play out. That's really funny. We get a tier 4 treasure, and then we could take, like, a Choop. I love that. We're not actually going to be able to make use of the tier 4 treasure, or... I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to buy the Choop this turn, is what I meant to say. But I think this is still really good. We buy the Choop if we sell something. Characters have 3 attack. Plus 3 attack. I like that a decent amount. I think that's better than health, even with the Creeper. And now I'm considering just playing a 10-10 Choop. Problem is, how do we sell to get that in? And I don't actually think there's a way to do that, unfortunately. So I think that means we're playing Wretched Mummy, locking Choop. I do want to lock Choop with this Shadow Assassin board. I'm considering selling something for it right now, but it would be like Darkwood Creeper. So let's just play Wretched Mummy for now, and we'll think about it. Because I'm a little bit afraid to play down a unit on 4.0. I think we're strong, but I don't think we're playing down a unit strong. Though we certainly look really strong against this board. Yeah, keeping the donkey in for one more turn with the Haunted Creeper. Now the donkey's just a full unit. That's big. My opponent has Hat Ball. Wow, did you see that? They have Hat Ball whatever. Total lack of respect for Hat Ball to call it Hat Ball whatever. If we sell 3 things, we can buy double Friendly Spirit and frontline them. The 3 things would probably have to be... Well, I want to keep the Creeper in if we're going to be growing some stuff. Would be this, or it would be Sheep and Wolves. Actually, I think I cut Sheep and Wolves to play more... Because then the Choop is pumping up a Mummy. Okay. It picks up a pair for us, too, which is always going to be good. And now we're just continuing to grow this sleigh. We could have a huge Shadow Assassin. The Vampire is not huge, though. The Vampire is definitely lacking, but I think what we're actually doing right now is setting ourselves up to Copy Boy. Unfortunately, as sweet as a large sleigh comp would be, I think we are unfortunately setting ourselves up for some Copy Boy shenanigans. A lot of mages in this lobby to watch out for. Alright, a spell is going to take out our Shadow Assassin, which is particularly annoying because we are getting... It just lost a bunch of attack. But I like that the Friendly Spirits are getting additional attack. That is really cool. And then we'll finish them off here. Okay. There's the Copycat, which has got to be great. Fortunately, they don't actually have defense. Like, it's almost like this for the layout. It's really weird. We'll continue to monitor that. Nice. We get a tier 5 treasure. We could get a Mimic chest. This is going to be really big. Well, Ambrosia implies I should be playing Creeper. I can't Hand of Midas here. And I can't really make use of the 9th book with what we're already doing. I could Hand of Midas, and then I would just be rolling for Copycat. Maybe I cast the end on the Creeper. Yeah, that's the awkward part, is I couldn't buy a minion to cast the spell on either. So it does feel like this is an Ambrosia board. I moved all my stuff around so much at the end there that it kind of fell apart. And we're going to lose to a Tripoli here. But this could be strong. I don't think it can be strong enough. Oh, it almost can be. Yeah, we're going to take 8, though. Grab more mummies. I think I'm going to regret this. Anyways, this is the layout that we should be running. I think I need to roll for XP. We're still Horde Dragon. Is it cheap tier 5? It's a pair and we're Horde Dragon. Alright, let's do it. Well, we could have gone for this, it seems. I don't think there's any reason to cast this Mix-a-Wizzle here. I think we'd just be okay with all of the decent stats that we have on this board. This is obviously awkward that we're ambrosiaing a golden unit. But we can maybe make that matter in the future. I'm not going to stress about it for now. We'll just consider it like we're banking a unit. Friendly Spirit landed on itself, which is insane. They are not going to be... Oh, they can still steal with the Siren. But they're not going to. And now we've got a big Shadow Assassin as well. So this is a win. I think we want XP. Copycat. Blind Mouse. Alright, worth it. We'll exchange Ambrosia for Mimic Chest, I think, here. Actually, Staff is insane. Staff is really good on Horde Dragon. And I'm just going to toss the Ambrosia. It was just a mistake. I didn't want to skip a tier 5. But I should have. Or I should have taken the other thing. Let's look for Copycat. Because we have so much extra gold right now. And we're only seeing 5s. Maybe should have not done that so that I could have purchased XP this turn. XP this turn or next is both really good. One more roll for Copycat. Not convinced that's good enough. Alright, let's do this. This makes our front row really healthy and our back row really attacky. But there we go, an extra 5 health on that. And an extra 5 health on that. Both were extremely relevant. And then both triggers went onto the Copycat. The Mummy triggers weren't insane, but a little bit awkward that our backline just has so much attack. But it's going to be good enough here. We're going to win this combat. And take out Pied Piper. And I was complaining about not getting to play Pied Piper. So now we really want to cast an XP this turn. Well, must be nice, NoLucksGiven. Must be nice. Now we're just looking for Good Boy. Lance is really interesting. We'd have to sell 3 for it here, though, so I can't imagine it's correct. We are just rolling and locking a Good Boy. I was going to say, do we lock a Copycat? I think that answers yes. Because a second Copycat is actually a second golden Copycat is generally a pretty big power spike. We'll be looking to... Honestly, we'll be looking to get rid of Wretched Mummy pretty quickly. Because we're going to have to frontline it. Like, we're going to go Good Boy. We'll probably frontline the Friendly Spirit at some point too, but we want to replace Sword of Fire and Ice at some point, basically, too. It's not actually an insane treasure. But I think we're in a good enough spot. Let's see. It's going to send out a Mummy. Just the Friendly Spirit triggers should be enough. It's so much stats. They all went onto the same unit, but this is still just an incredible amount of stats. Gets to almost trade with that Friendly Spirit, but then it gives us some huge copycats to deal with. We take out their ranged unit, and that is enough to take out Wonder Waddle. So there we go. Pick up the copycat here. We roll for some good boys. We can roll a few times to find a good boy right now. A little bit too awkward, unfortunately. Right, there's the good boy. So we can sell 2 for this. Yeah, it's just these 2 things. It's a little bit silly because we're playing no good units, but this is honestly enough, I'm pretty sure. And we should be able to pick up... Honestly, I'm not sure if there's a different 5 that we would want. I love +10 attack on all of the frontline copycats. That's generally pretty good. It's silly that these copycats are only going to be distributing attack, but I think that we're in a good enough spot. That's the important thing here. It's not that we're making a large unit this turn, it's that we have 23 health currently. So I'm not actually worried. This is a big Zelhua, though. But we're playing for the late game. We're not playing for right now. And this is a big attack. It's going to give a huge Friendly Spirit buff to itself. Okay. Now, Good Boy will trade with something, and now it's just a large Friendly Spirit, which is going to die. It's going to die to this Robin Hood. But we only take 16. That's a decent amount of damage. Merlin also did not die. So now we want to find another copycat. We do want to play Robin Hood. Could consider doing this. I don't know, just looking at some options. Okay, this is where things get good. Yeah, Wretched Mummy, when you have to frontline it, is not nearly as good, so let's sell the Mummy, Gigantify Good Boy, and now it's a 14-12, which is actually a lot of stats. This just goes on one of these, that's irrelevant. We want the Shadow Assassin or the second Good Boy to get, or the second Copycat to get attacked. And I think we can win this combat still. Up against the Sphinx, I would have liked to have dodged the Sphinx, but Merlin tied with somebody, so I feel like there's a decent chance and if we make it out of this combat, then we start to be in a really good spot. One of the awkward things with Horde Dragon is you can't pick up boots, nor can you pick up the... Oh, it's dwarves, okay. It's going to be big dwarves. They get the first attack, but they attack the Shadow Assassin. Copycat gets in, so this seems like a 50-50. I think we're 50... we missed the 50-50, but if this hits well... That didn't quite hit the best. Yeah, I think we lose here to this. I mean, it's still a huge ranged unit. We're going to take out their... Actually, we win this. We just need to hit the doubly, or the triply, and we do. Nice. Okay. That was scary. That was spooky, but don't doubt the copycats. So this is what I was thinking. This is a lot of stats, too. And they're sizable units, but what I really want right now is another copycat, primarily. If I'm really, really afraid here, I could sell Copycat and Shadow Assassin to play Robin Hood and Friendly Spirit. I'm not that afraid. I think more stats on Good Boy. We'll settle for that right now. Definitely nervous about this combat, though. Alright, if we win this combat, I think we win future combats, too. This game, this combat is the difference between first place and fourth or third. A dragon is big, but it misses, and then hits. That's going to be enough. Alright, GG Pingutan. The friendly spirit can yeah, it's not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We did. Okay, and we take a ton of damage there too, unfortunately, which means we do get fourth. But think we were losing that every single time? Yeah, there is a small chance there. So we're going to get fourth. Because of our performance over the first 3 rounds, I'm in a pretty good spot if I can just play consistently. So, of course, I start rolling on turn 3 and trying to chase some blind mouse. And honestly, while that seems a little bit risky, I don't hate the play. Truth is, my board isn't going to get that much better by just picking up, you know, a baby dragon and a goat. So spending my gold to roll while the rolls are just so much more effective at finding these tier 2 units could actually be a really good avenue here. There is a Wonder Waddle and a Pied Piper in this lobby, so I am going to have to compete a little bit for these 3 blind mice, but if I can find them, there are a lot of really powerful tier 5 treasures. Here are the 11 tier 5 treasures. I'm on hatball.com right now. Ambrosia, Horn, and Hand are definitely the ones that I want to avoid. Mimic can be okay, but from my position right now, it's also kind of a bust. I think Tree of Life would also be a bust for us right now because it's not going to be healing when we don't have really any minions to be healed. But everything else is really powerful. Ninth Book and Drac Saber are the worst 2 after that, and then Sword, Staff, Helm, and Monkey's Paw are probably the next strongest in that order. Staff, of course, also not providing any current onboard benefit, but really setting yourself up well in that you'll then only be able to see tier 3 units and probably easily be able to complete some more treasures after that, especially on Horde Dragon. You'll be able to find only tier 4 units once you hit level 4, and this will just lead to some more treasures. But still, 3 really good hits, mainly looking for Sword, Helm, and Monkey's Paw in this scenario, as well as Dracula Saber. Probably, maybe Dracula Saber before Staff of the Old Toad, just because we're so far behind. But because of this, I think there are a lot of really good hits that really set yourself up well for the future, and that's why I was willing to risk it a little bit. So here's a little peek behind the curtain of what I was looking for. And we wind up finding Sword of Fire and Ice, which is great because then that allows the Polywoggle to slay, in addition to just giving us a ton of stats for the rest of the game. While I did harp a little bit in the commentary on the fact that the Ambrosia pickup was a mistake, I wasn't actually getting that much by skipping on that treasure because I didn't have any gold left in that turn anyway. So it wasn't the hugest deal that we wind up picking up the Ambrosia, though, like I said, I don't think that helped us become more powerful. One of those other tier 5 treasures that I just pointed out that add a little bit more to your board definitely would have been stronger for us at that point. Eventually, we do get some of those stronger tier 5 treasures. Staff of the Old Toad lets us find some copycats and good boys, and this winds up being a little bit risky, and I think that there's a chance that it's almost too risky in these tournament lobbies. But I don't think that's what happened this game. I think that we lost a 1 and 8 on one of our battles. They attacked first, attacked into our upgraded copycat, and then Pingutan, who we played in the last round, just had that lightning dragon, which was able to absolutely devastate us there, fully taking out our backline. So honestly, I think that Good Boy Copycat can still work. I think that it can be risky, but we had the health to try to make it work this time. And kind of a similar thing to the last game, which I uploaded earlier today, is that we had an early lead, which this time we gained from making really risky plays early in the game. So in this game we played risky, and then we got on top, so then we played risky again, and unfortunately that didn't work out for us, but we were ahead enough that we were still able to get that 4th place finish. So that is still going to be really, really good. A 1st and 8th and then 2 4th places is going to give us 10, 8, 6, and 6 points, so 30 points. So I've got 30 points out of 36 points. I'm 5/6 of the way to qualifying for day 2. So this means over the course of the next 2 games, all I have to get is 2 6th place finishes, or what else will do it? 2 6th place finishes. I mean, that seems incredibly easy. A 5th place and a 7th place will do it, or just hitting 4th place or higher in any of these last 2 games. So pretty decent odds from here that we're going to wind up day 2ing, and you can catch those games over the course of the next 2 days. I'm going to be giving away a 700 gem bundle at the end of this month, and here's how you can enter for your chance to win. First things first, subscribe to this channel. That won't enter you into the raffle, but you will have to be subscribed to win. In order to enter into the raffle, all you have to do is comment on a Storybook Brawl video, including this one. Every time you comment on a Storybook Brawl video on my channel this month, you'll get a raffle ticket for my January giveaway. If you comment on a video within the first 72 hours of me posting it, then you get 2 raffle tickets, and if you comment on a video within the first 24 hours of me posting it, I'll give you 3 raffle tickets. Might also offer more ways to enter in the future. I don't want to break the economy of this. I want the main way to enter to be commenting, so leave a comment right now. Let me know what you think of the giveaway and of the video, and thanks for watching.